Hey guys, just finished watching Young Justice, Season 3, Episode 4, Private Security. Oh my god, what a boring episode. Wow, I mean, part of me almost wants to watch something else just because all the episodes before this have been getting really good. Been really fun, getting into these. And this episode before, they're less like, who cares? Complete filler episode, completely waste of time. We start off this episode with Dick. He makes a team of all Harpers and stuff. And at first, I was just like, it's been so long that I've watched season 2 and stuff. And since I'm watching these shows periodically, it's really difficult to keep track. It was very difficult to keep track of who is who in the Royal Harpers until the last shot of the episode when you see them all in their costume. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, now I recognize who they are, right? And then you recognize. But at first, when it's all just Roy Harpers and one of them has a beard, one of them they're all tall, and two are the exact same, one's skinny, I was just like, who's who? And it's like, okay, the skinny guy is clearly the original Roy Harper, right? He was left in that. He's the one who lost the arm and had that huge arc in the first season and stuff. And then we had the other guy. And so then I started piecing things together, or with the ending and stuff. So that started to make sense at the end. By the end, we see Roy Harper needs their help with a security job first before he can help Nightwing in his mission at the end. And then we have a subplot with Artemis and Halo, and we have pretty much everyone else is dealing with the collateral damage from last episode, kind of just the people, the victims of last episodes who kind of are all over the place and living in different people's houses with Connor Kent and and McGann, and then Black Lightning's taking care of the doctor, and then Halo girl is staying with Jim Harper, I think. I think he's the one who's playing the Guardian and stuff. So I think that's interesting there. That was kind of cool there. And then we see Artemis ends up meeting with Zatanna and Dr. Fate. We're at this spot where they meet once a year because she gets, Zatanna gets 1 year. Who gets 1 year with her father from Dr. Fate every year, and I think that was just a really cool moment. That was a great moment in this scene, this episode. That's the only good part about this episode. It's like, oh wow, it was a cool moment, but it doesn't make the episode good. The episode's still terrible because it's just nothing happens. Nothing really moves on. Very much a filler episode. So Dr. Fate ends up even scanning, just kind of magically scanning Halo just to see what's up with her, and she's like, well, he has an old soul inside of her. I think that's interesting to see as to where things go with that. But that's really the only thing you really need to know throughout this episode. Dick and Harper kind of talk and stuff, and they kind of talk as to where things are going to go and as to how things are going to go, who's taking over as Red Arrow and stuff. And I think that's kind of interesting to see him kind of, he's like, hey, you brought all us together, all us redheads. Are you looking for a replacement for Wally? And I think that was an interesting part and stuff, but it's a little bit of kind of, very little bit, I guess, of him realizing that, he needs to kind of work things out and figure out what's going on and deal with the situations, right? Not just kind of fix a problem. You didn't fix the entire problem when he just had, made everyone else take care of one of the victims from the last episode. So I think that was an interesting part for that little bit, but really we didn't learn anything. You don't really need to know what's going on in here. You could just skip this episode and you'd be completely fine. Maybe they deal with maybe if the next episode picks right up and deals right away with what's going on with the fact that the Halo girl has a soul inside of her, or is missing, has an older soul inside of her, and those flashbacks that she saw a little bit, when she was thinking about it, maybe. But even then, you really don't need to know that, oh, Dr. Fate found her. Like, really doesn't, you need to watch this whole episode. It's only 20 minutes. It's like, it's not really it's only like 21 minutes. It's really not taking up too much of your time or anything like that. But still, it's just kind of, come on. If I'm going to put the time into this, give me a good episode. This was just kind of terrible. And then we see Brick and his team trying to steal the stuff, and they stop him, and then they do the mission that Dick had come there for, and they do that, and like we don't even see it happen. We just see the aftermath of them taking it down, and all like it's all good, right? And that was like boring. Like, why did we do that? It was just, what a waste of an episode. It was just kind of boring, and I don't want to see like this story was like, okay, and they're standing on top of these moving trucks and stuff, and you can't stand up on those. If you watched any of the Mythbusters stuff, you cannot stand on top of a moving vehicle. There's no way to do it. It's very difficult to do that unless you're someone like Superman, Superboy, who could then, literally puncture his fingers through the roof to hold on, right? So them just standing on top of these, on top of these moving trucks and stuff makes no sense. Now, if they were just going very at slow speeds, downtown stuff, yeah, sure, that makes sense. They clearly looked like they were on a highway in the edge of the water, windy highway. So it's not super fast because it was somewhat windy, but looked like they were going pretty straight for most of the way, right? So it's just kind of like silly. There's no way they could just stand there just like that. Maybe you could hook on there with with the grappling hook that the original Roy Harper, their Arsenal had. But, just everything in this episode, it's like they try and, it's cartoons, people are not going to nitpick as much. No, I'm going to treat it as a live action show. They would never do that in a live action show. They did this on Arrow. They would do it at slow speeds downtown Star City, so that it makes sense that he's able to stand on there. He's able to hold on to it because they're going slow speeds of downtown traffic, right? Or downtown driving of a big truck, right? You can't go super fast. I drive these trucks for a living, so I know the idea. With somewhat similar trucks to it for a living. So I think it's really kind of disappointing with that here. So all in all, I really didn't like this episode because nothing really happens in the episode that you need to know moving on. It's very much a filler episode. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10 for this episode. So let me know what you think, guys, in the comments below. What do you think about this episode? And I'm looking forward to watching the next episode. But like I said, when I review these whenever I can. So who knows when I'll be able to watch the next one. It's just whenever I have free time, I decide to watch another episode. So I don't really try and review this every week, so you never know when I might watch another one. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.